Hello and welcome to the San Miguel Brief, a space for everyone and especially for our English-speaking community. I'm Maria and today we have important local updates from San Miguel. But as always, let's begin with the exchange rate. The US dollar is currently priced at 60.81 pesos to buy and 17.94 pesos to sell. These figures may fluctuate through the day changes in global markets and local economic factors, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on updates. If you're planning to exchange money or make an international purchase, checking the last rate can help you to make a smarter financial decision. We always try to share you the best news and of course to give you the exchange rate. I'm kind of happy because today is Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. So yes, I'm just excited for that new, and I hope that during these days, if you're planning just to come here and have a great time on Friday, you check the exchange rate before coming because it's something important. And it is more important if you visit on us for another part in another country. So there you have it. And now let's move on to the weather. Right now, San Miguel have temperatures around 22 degrees, refreshing breeze moving through the city. It's one of those calm and beautiful days where the sunshine feels gentle and being outdoors is truly enjoyable. Looking ahead, tomorrow we're expecting a cool morning with temperatures dropping about 10 degrees before warming up to a pleasant of 23 degrees later in the day. It will feel a little crispy early on, so you may want to grab a jacket, but the afternoon conditions should be perfect for exploring and spending time outside. So we always are here for you just to give you the weather because it's something really important. Now we kind of had like a warm weather, but I was feeling something really breeze. I was kind of cold most of the time when I was just out of the studio here in Radio San Miguel. I was going for my jacket because I was feeling like kind of cold. But there you have all the temperatures and of course the weather. So tell us what you are going to do this weekend. If you have plans, you are going to explore San Miguel into the outdoors, or maybe you're trying to go to the stands to look for local brands, or maybe find something that you really wanted to do and you just were waiting for the weekend. So tell us what were your plans, if this is the perfect weather for exploring outside, or maybe you prefer more comfy weather, or maybe the rainy weather, or maybe just the sun on your head. So we want to know, and of course we're going to give you the weather every time that we still be here at the San Miguel Brief. And now we begin with a story about the Day of Education, which is celebrated today. We want to send a message to all teachers and of course and especially to students because today we commemorate the importance of education, and up next we have a segment special just for you. Hello everyone, today we celebrate the International Day of Education, a special day that reminds all of us that it is important to have it in our lives. It helps us in a lot of ways that maybe at this moment we can't imagine, but whenever we pass through the years, we all know that this is something really important. As we can see, education has not changed as the way that we really want it to be. Sometimes we have the same skills, or maybe we have the same kind of programs, the same way to teach others. If you are talking about at a school, the same way to talk with others like in a classroom. Most of the time this has not changed, even though we have a lot of years of now we are just in a new era. This is something that is particularly kind of the same. But in this Day of Education, we also want to honor and give an applause to all of our professors, our teachers, have this job that want to show the world and of course their classmates the best things of life. They try to teach us, of course, our assigns that we have on the school, but at the same time, most of the things that we never have the opportunity to learn by if we have a professional in our classmates. So of course this is something that we need to have the vocation, we need to have and honor them, because sometimes they try to make the best of their best just to give the best that they have for themselves. So it's an applause for them and for everyone that has this vocation and love to teach, love to explain, love to show their world how it is, so they can continue dreaming and growing and making it better. So this is the International Day of Education, and I hope that you really honor this date, because it has to be like this way. So I want to start with a big applause for everyone, students, and of course teacher, because we know that most of the time education, it is more easy to say it, but what about teaching correct? Oh my God, I was forgetting, Aranza, is congratulations, because you teach Spanish for everyone. So it's something really beautiful. Oh my God, again. Congratulations! Yes, of course. So, what do you think? What there is something that you will say about your profession?
I love it. Me encanta.
She loves her work. So, yes, this is something really special for everybody, because we all know that in here you need to have love and passion, because being a good teacher sometimes it is not that great, or maybe it is not that easy, because you need to improve, you need to have a lot of skills, you need to have a lot of love from this work. So of course, without you guys, most of us wouldn't be anything. So thank you very much. And of course, if you know a family, if you have a family member, a good friend, or maybe a teacher, maybe at this time, you can send them a message and give their lovely words and congratulations for the work that they do. And of course, this is a message for the classmates, just to celebrate them. And of course, it is something really beautiful to go to our classroom and still be in there and just learn a lot of new stuff, new things. And yes, we were talking that at this moment we don't have that improve and new things about education. As we saw, for a long time we're still being used the same method, but let's hope that during the next years something really change in these education platforms, in this education stuff, so we could have it but more and better and increase in a lot of beautiful ways. And up next, we have a message for Dr. Vidargas, who will prove important information and how to respond and what actions to take in light for this measles outbreak.
Fortunately, Guanajuato remains without a measles outbreak. This does not mean there is no danger. There is a very high risk that we could have an outbreak of this disease, and it is important that we protect ourselves. Right now, besides measles, we have the issue of influenza, a topic we have discussed whenever you have been kind enough to come here to talk. Many people did not get vaccinated, and now we are seeing the problems with influenza. The same thing can happen with measles if we have susceptible people. Those who are not vaccinated, who have not had contact with this disease, and who could become infected. Obviously, those at higher risk are children under 5 years old who can suffer from measles. It is a highly transmissible disease. When we had COVID had the possibility of each sick person infecting 5 others. Measles has the potential for each sick person to infect 16, meaning it is more than 3 times as contagious as COVID. Therefore, if we have a patient, which we surely will have at some point, it is possible that they are infecting or could infect 16 others. But if most of those 16 are vaccinated, most likely it won't be more than a very mild illness. However, if they are not vaccinated, then we can have complications, such as pneumonia, which in a child under 5 can put their life at risk. The same problem occurs in an older adult or a person with diabetes or hypertension. If they are infected but are vaccinated or have a vaccination history, the impact will clearly not be as severe. So we are still exactly on time. We continue to insist on vaccination. There is a specific vaccine for measles that is high quality and will protect people very effectively. What needs to be done? Go to the health center, to the CAISES, or the rural medical units so that those who are due for vaccination can get it. Children under 5 should have their vaccination cards checked, and those with diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, or lung problems should also come in to review their vaccination schedule and see if they need a booster, or if they lack a vaccination history so they can be vaccinated. At this moment, we are all in a position to protect ourselves. Unfortunately, Mexico has a large number of measles patients, but what's worse is that it is the country in the world with the most deaths from measles. So it is important that we be very careful and protect ourselves. We still have some time. We don't know how much. It could be tomorrow that someone comes from one of the states, whether it's Jalisco, Chiapas, or the north of the country, and arrives infected and spreads the disease. At any moment, someone with those characteristics could arrive, and if they land in a place where the population is not vaccinated, it will clearly cause a serious individual and collective health problem. It is a very contagious disease that can have serious consequences, and we must be very careful. Personally, I lived through the last epidemic or outbreak we had in the years 86 or 87 of the last century, and a great number of people died, especially children, so we must be very careful. So the invitation, and I don't want to create excessive alarm, is that we are in time to protect ourselves to avoid a scenario like that time in 86 or 87 when we had the last measles outbreak in San Miguel de Allende. Go to the CAISES, to the UMAPS in rural communities. There is vaccine there. There is enough vaccine. Certainly, there are schedules for application. They are multi-dose vials, so you have to wait for a small group of people to gather, but it is worth making that effort so that everyone is vaccinated.
So you already watched this informative video clip about Dr. Vidargas, who is calling to, this is a call for everybody, an emergency call, because you need to go and take these vaccines. He was talking that if you have this cyst, it was probably that you can transmit to 16 people. We are just not talking about one that is just a flu and you are in your home and it's like, oh my God, my mom now have it, the flu. No, we're talking about 16 people. And this is something really dangerous because it gets worse if you are more older. And we are just going on the way on the San Miguel streets buying, or maybe just put our hands on everybody, just having a touch with somebody. And no, oh my God. I'm kind of nervous about this thing because it is something really that we need to attend. And of course, it's about talking about our health. There are still being these vaccines, so you know where exactly go. If there is cases, the hospitals, anything of these services that you can go and ask for these vaccines, because if you have now the vaccine, probably if something happened, it will be not that worse, or maybe nothing happens. But if you don't, it is increased 100% that your probability of having this sick, it will be so worse. And oh my God, I don't want to go so deeper on this because you already saw the pictures. It is not looking something comfortable. So just take precautions and make the best decisions for yourself and for everybody that is around you, for your families, your co-workers, your friends, everyone. So there you have these segments about some important information about health. And now we move on to a fun fact that you probably never imagined about the human body. This time, I'm sure this information will leave you amazed.
Did you know that the human body is constantly renewing itself? Many of your cells are replaced every few days, weeks, or months. For example, our skins renew itself approximately every 28 days, and the cells in our stomach line are replaced every few days to protect us from strong digestive acids. This means that over time, our bodies are continuously rebuilding itself, allowing us to heal, adapt, and stay alive. The human body is not only strong, but also incredibly intelligent.
Oh, I'm moving because I'm having my body in 100% of health. I guess I try to assume that I'm just oh my good in my health, but it's you. So our body always changing and always make a lot of functions. Some of the time we don't have this on our minds, or we don't never feel, because I mean it would be so horrible if I could feel on my stomach that something is just getting new and trying to change. I'll be with a belly headache all the time, but it's not the case. So it's something really curious how we live our lives thinking a lot of things like what I'm gonna make on my work, what do I'm gonna eat, I'm going to say this to this person, I need to make exercise. And at the same time, we are just with our headphones, hearing a lot of loud music and going on the street, walking. But at the same time, your body is changing inside of you, is trying to make the best for yourself. And our skin appeal at 28 days later. So it's something really interesting, because we are just like, oh my God, I'm feeling great. But your whole body is making a lot of function at the same time. Here, I'm just talking with you at this moment, but in this time, something is happening in my stomach, in my heart, in my brain. It's something really amazing. I get a lot of passion and a lot of energy to talk about this thing, because I mean, I'm so happy for that, because most of the time we don't remember of just make our lives as the same way always, that we really don't care about ourselves in the way that we need to, but it's something really spectacular for me. And now we're going to our section of Heads Up.
Heads Up, this is World Around Town.
So now we're going to pass to our first announce, and we have every Thursday, Jan and February, Peace Musical offering for Jeffrey Steele at 12 p.m. at the main garden of the public library. Coming up next, we're talking about more activities and events that you can do, and we have movings, reading, clubs, talk, lectures, and all about space. In March, take your little ones to a weekend full of astronomy, who is in March 20 to 21 at the public library, and of course, this is totally free. And last but not least, we have another event, and we have our Feria de la Candelaria. Mark your calendars for January 30 to February 13 of 2026 and get ready to experience the magic of the Feria de la Candelaria. Follow us for more tips, guides, and event updates to make the most on your visit in San Miguel de Allende. See you at Seferino Park.
Heads up, this is World Around Town.
This is our section of Heads Up, and if you are new here into the San Miguel Brief, well, first, hello, I'm Maria. And this is a space for everyone, and of course for our English-speaking community. And we have this section that it calls Heads Up, where you can make an announce. In here into the San Miguel Brief, we want that everyone participate with us. If you are a visitor, resident, or maybe just a San Miguelense, you can also be part of here if you trying to make an announce. And what is this announce for, or why you want to participate in here? Well, this is perfect if you are planning to make something really special for everyone, something informative, a new event, a garage sale, anything that you think that it could be perfect to have an announce, so a lot of people can watch it and a lot of people can go to your events or the places or wherever you are making. So the only thing that you need to do is talk with us by our WhatsApp, that is 415-296-4668. And as soon as you send us a message, talk with us about your idea, what you want to do, why you want for, what is your event, your activity. We are going to give you all the step-by-steps that you need to follow before coming here into the show. It's something really easy, and we want you to be part of this beautiful team, at least just to have your announce, because we were talking that San Miguel have a lot of things to offer, but most of the time we don't have that information. Most of the time we just watch all the events, but 3 weeks later, or maybe when this event already passed, and we want to participate. So I was saying that most of the time we don't have this opportunity to go outside from San Miguel and learn and search for a new places. And everybody was saying that if you go to a travel or visit a new country, you could learn a lot of things. But we have the best opportunity here in San Miguel, because a lot of events international came here just to offer a lot of cultural, a lot of information, a lot of incredible things. So it is not necessary go away from San Miguel to have a global perspective. It is necessary just to have your announce in here, and there will be 1,000 of people going to your events, and there will be just thousands of people knowing what's going on in here in San Miguel. So the only thing that you need to do is send us a message to our WhatsApp 415-296-4668, and that's all the thing that you have. And remember that we are having now our TikTok, and it is called the San Miguel Brief. And of course you can also follow us in our social media, and there you will find everything about the details. And if you're still asking about what happened with this, the trash truck, that there's there were changes of passing on your street and take the trash, we also have that information on our social media, the Radio San Miguel, and there is a post where you can search about that and see at what time the trash car is passing to your streets. So now let's move to the national news, and we have President Claudia Sheinbaum state that the approach of King Felipe and the Queen Letizia to the Mexico stand during of Fitur was symbolic gesture. She indicated that this act carries an important message and did not rule out the possibility of inviting them to visit the country in the future.
Después de que los reyes de España pues visitaron el stand de México allí en la Fitur, ¿es un acercamiento que ya se tiene con el gobierno de España o cuál es la lectura que se le puede dar ya después de de esta visita que tuvieron los reyes de España?
Bueno, como lo dije ayer, es un símbolo que los reyes de España se hayan acercado a los stands de México en la FITUR y que pues hayan platicado, conversado con integrantes de indígenas, mexicanas. Pues esta conversación es importante.
¿Los invitaría a México?
Ya vamos a ver, es el primer símbolo importante.
This is something that we were talking just on the last episode, that of course there was this stand of Mexico in Fiturs, this event about tourism, and of course there was just a stand about San Miguel and representing Guanajuato, that it was something really beautiful, something really proud. So this is the response that President make for this event, and we hope that something happen. Of course, this just help to all the San Miguelenses and all the people that will live and work here, because we want to have a lot of tourism, a great tourism, a tourism that really care for us and respect all the limits and all the moral and all the things that we have in here in San Miguel. But it is something really good for everybody just to give and have more events, because as I was saying, we don't need to go outside just to know and have a different perspective. Most of the time we just need to stay where we are and look around what is in us and what is for us. So this is something really particularly important. And into another news that are not that well enough, we have the ICE detect a 5-year-old child during the arrest of his immigrant father in Minnesota.
ICE generó indignación mundial por detener a un niño de 5 años cuando regresaba del kinder en Minneapolis. Agentes migratorios lo hicieron mientras el papá, Adrián Alexander Conejo, inmigrante ecuatoriano, estacionaba el vehículo. Ahora están en un centro de detención en Texas. Las autoridades reportaron que Adrián Conejo estaba ilegalmente en Estados Unidos. El vicepresidente J.D. Vance comentó que al momento de la detención, Alexander intentó escapar. Aseguró que los agentes detuvieron a Liam, al pequeñito de 5 años, para que no se quedara solo. Sena Stenvik, superintendente del Distrito Escolar de Columbia Heights, informó que la familia estaba en un proceso de asilo político desde 2024. Dijo que dentro de la casa había otro adulto que pidió a los agentes que lo dejaran cuidar al niño. ICE habría intentado usar a Liam, al pequeñito, para que esa persona saliera de la casa. Este es ya el cuarto menor de edad que la agencia migratoria detiene en las últimas 2 semanas. Aquí vamos a escuchar la justificación de J.D. Vance tras la detención de este niño.
And I see this story, and I'm a father of a 5-year-old, actually, a 5-year-old little boy, and I think to myself, oh my God, this is terrible. How did we arrest a 5-year-old? Well, I do a little bit more follow-up research. And what I find is that the 5-year-old was not arrested, that his dad was an illegal alien, and then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death?
I mean, this is something really bad about a bad situation. This is injustice and unfair about this thing. And his response was completely just saying that what do they need to ask just to let that child freeze? And I guess this is something without touch. This is something that it is not just about that special child, Liam, because we're talking that this happened already 4 times. And this is something really particularly the same. They don't have their fathers, but they go against a child without any problem, any legal situation. So it's something that is really worried, because now the only place that it was safe, it was your home, and now they are violating that too. So what's going on about this situation? And of course, it's something that we really care about for. So we hope that during the next days we have better news about this particular thing, because it's something that is go bigger and bigger and bigger, in not in a good ways. But talking now into a different news, we have a national news about a new archaeological assignment, a new discovery about this, and Shamebound just tell us about this thing that happened. So it's something really beautiful for all of us, for our country, and we want to feel proud about this. So let's see this video clip.
Miren qué belleza esto. Nos envía Lina esta información. Se halló la tumba 10 de Huitzo en los valles centrales de Oaxaca, gracias en su momento a una denuncia anónima por saqueo realizada en 2025. Es el descubrimiento arqueológico, escuchen esto, es el descubrimiento arqueológico más relevante de la última década en México por el nivel de conservación e información que aporta. Es una tumba zapoteca del clásico tardío, 600 años de nuestra era, y destaca por su arquitectura monumental, entrada decorada con un búho.
So in today's episode, the episode 55, we're closing with this information that of course makes us feel happy. And because this week we have a lot of national news that they are most tragic, a lot of conflict, a lot of things going outside. But at least I'm so happy that at the last news that we're having is about this discovery that is something really, really unknown for a lot of time, but now we already have it. We have a lot of conservation, as she was saying, so it's something really important for everyone. So this is everything for today's video and for today's week, but I hope to see you at the next week with more information about San Miguel updates and national news. And I really hope that your announce came here into the San Miguel Brave, or maybe you want to participate. And remember that we're having a lot of new company, a lot of members here into the San Miguel Brave as Eric Cházaro, and I hope there will be 1,000 more. So I'll see you on the next episode, and have a nice weekend. Enjoy the weather, the time outside, and explore this beautiful city.